Welcome to Get Educated. I will explain the basics of transformer. The basic requirement to produce an EMF is number 1 conductor, number 2 magnetic field, and the relative velocity between a magnetic field and conductor with respect to space or with respect to time. That means the conductor should feel the flux which is passing through the conductor. It changes with time. Then an EMF will be induced into the conductor. There are two types of induced EMF. Number one, dynamically induced EMF. In dynamically induced EMF, the magnetic field is stationary and conductor is rotating. Suppose there is a pole is there, a coil is around the pole, we apply a DC voltage, then depending upon the direction of current, one of the pole will act as a north pole and one of the pole will act as a south pole. Suppose this is the north pole, this is the south pole. From north pole to south pole, magnetic lines of flux will passes like this. Now, if I placed a conductor in this magnetic field in this way, now conductor feel that there is a flux inside this, but the flux does not changes with time. Since the conductor is stationary, the flux does not changes with time and no EMF will be induced in this conductor. Now, if I rotate the conductor inside this magnetic field like this, here flux is maximum, Here if I move upward, here flux decreases, here flux is zero flux. Again in this direction flux increases, flux is again maximum but in opposite direction. But that means at point A flux is maximum, at point B flux is 0, again at point C flux is maximum but in opposite direction. Again here at point D flux is again 0. If I draw the waveform of flux with respect to a space, that is the point A, that is the point, suppose that is the point D, flux 0, flux at point A flux is maximum, at point B flux is again 0, at point C flux is again maximum but in opposite direction, again D. This is the with respect to a space, this is in flux phi of t. Though that if we rotate the conductor in this direction, though the flux is stationary, but the conductor feel that the flux which is cut myself, it changes with time, then an EMF will be induced into the conductor. Here the induced EMF in the conductor is given by E equal to BLV sin of theta, where B is the flux density, L is the length of the conductor, V is the velocity of the conductor, and theta is the angle between the flux vector and velocity vector. The direction of induced EMF can be easily calculated from the Fleming's right hand rule. According to Fleming's right hand rule, thumb then it is forefinger, then it is middle finger. M, F, I. M for motion, F for flux, I for induced EMF or current. That means the thumb represent the movement of the conductor, the forefinger represent the direction of flux, and the middle finger indicates the direction of induced EMF. Example of dynamically induced EMF is generator. Now start statically induced EMF. In statically induced EMF, the conductor is fixed, but the flux which we apply is alternating in nature. In the coil, if we apply a voltage Vm sine of omega t, and AC voltage, not DC, okay, then a current will be drawn from the supply to the coil, that is called I of mu, magnetizing current, equal to the Im sine of omega t. This magnetizing current will produce a flux inside the coil phi of t. Now, as we know, the phi equal to mmf by reluctance. That is equal to n in mmf is ampere turns, n into I mu by reluctance, that is equal to n into Im sine omega t by reluctance. This portion I can consider it as a phi m sine of omega t. That means the flux which is passing through the coil, it changes with time, sinusoidal in nature. Phi of t equal to phi m sine omega t. If we draw the waveform of phi with respect to time omega t, then it will be sinusoidal in nature. Here this is the phi of t. Here flux is 0, flux increasing, flux maximum. Flux at this point flux is again 0. Here in this direction flux is maximum, but in the opposite direction here flux is 0. Now the conductor feel the flux which is passing through this, it changes with time, then an EMF will be induced into the conductor, and it is given by E proportional to d phi dt, that is equal to E equal to minus of n d phi dt. Here n is the number of turns, d phi dt is the rate of change of flux, and minus sign indicates the opposition of induced EMF of the flux. This is the opposition of flux, and the direction of induced EMF can be easily calculated from the Lenz's law. And the example of statically induced EMF is transformer. Thank you. Through this channel, I will deeply explain the every topic of electrical and electronics engineering, which will very beneficial for GATE, IAS and government jobs. Please subscribe this channel so that you don't miss any new videos and notification. Also like and share this video to all of your friends.